I review a lot of phones and there are a very few phones that come as close as this new Moto Edge 50 Pro on being at the highest level of my recommendations. What's up guys, Anubhav here, and this little phone has caused quite a ruckus in the Indian budget mid-range smartphone segment, and I wanted to take a little while to talk a little about it. So well, let's not waste any time. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and with that said, let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about this phone is the beautiful design and the look and feel of it. Of course, this phone comes as a part of the Edge series, which means that it has a 3D curved display, which makes the form factor very easy to hold and use in spite of having quite a big display at 6.72 inches. If we talk about the design at the back, you get this vegan leather finish that a lot of companies nowadays are going for, and I have to say I do like it. It causes little to no fingerprints, and you can also hold the phone very comfortably, and the grip is pretty good, which I think is a positive. With that vegan leather back, you also get a metal frame on the sides of the phone that gives it a touch of premiumness, if you will. And the color that you can see here is called the Luxe Lavender. I mean, it's a pretty cool color, I would say. With that said, guys, if you turn your attention towards the display, let me tell you a little about it. You already know it's 6.72 inches, but what I noticed was how fluid and fast it was. Of course, it's going to be fast and fluid because this is actually a 144 Hz refresh rate panel. That's it. I mean, I'm not sure if you can tell the difference from a 120 Hz to a 144 Hz phone, but yeah, faster is better and definitely smoother. So I'm happy that Moto gave us this feature, especially at this price point, which is a rarity to see nowadays. Alright guys, before we proceed any further, let me tell you about a really cool app that have sponsored today's video. This is called iAnyGo, and it's an amazing location spoofing application that you guys can use on your Android as well as iOS devices to smartly spoof your location to anywhere in the world in a matter of a tap without using root access on your Android phone. It's really easy. All you have to do is go to the Play Store, download iAnyGo from Tenorshare. Once you download it, make sure you give it all the necessary permissions and the mock location settings from your developer options. And once you're done with that, you can open the app up, literally pick up any location from the world, tap on it and set on location, and that will be your current location according to this device. Now, the main use case for this is to use apps and games like Pokemon Go, for example, so you don't even have to go out of your area or your home to actually progress in the game and move around in different locations where there might be different functions and features for you to follow. There's also a cool joystick mode that allows you to navigate the map in sort of a game-like way, as the name suggests, and overall, this is a very cool application that you can use to enjoy these kind of movement-based games by spoofing your location, not even leaving your home, in a very simple and easy way. Make sure to check the links in the description to check iAnyGo out. A huge shout out to them for sponsoring this segment, and let's continue with the video. Of course, with that fast refresh rate, you also get a 1.5K resolution, 2000 nits of peak brightness, so no worries when you use the phone outdoors, along with HDR10 plus support. And this is actually the first natural color validated display by Pantone that Moto has been collaborating now for their back colors as well as their displays and camera tech. That means that the colors are a lot more natural, although I would suggest you guys to go to settings, then to display, and turn the color style to natural or even radiant instead of the vivid one that is set by default. This display is a breeze to use, things are super smooth, super calibrated, and I think it's one of the selling points of this phone out there. Okay, the display and the design, all of them are great, but what Moto seems to be pushing a lot is the cameras on this thing. So you can see, actually there are 3 cameras on the back, and let me tell you, these are 3 real cameras, which was really impressive to see. First up, you've got your 50 megapixel primary sensor, which has an aperture of f1.4. That means it's gonna let in a lot of light and give you guys very good photos in daylight as well as low light conditions. The results are on the screen right now. Now it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the samples out of this phone. You also get a 13 megapixel ultra wide that doubles up as a macro sensor, which I think is pretty good. I mean, you get 2 features on the same lens, and it's not something we've not seen before, and the samples are decent, I would say. But the cherry on top of the cake, and something that I am impressed with, was the 3x telephoto lens. That's right, this phone comes with a telephoto at this price point, a 3x optical zoom range that can digitally usually zoom up to 30x, but yeah, a telephoto at this price point is really good and I'm very happy to see. The samples are on the screen. You guys can let me know what you guys think. As far as video is concerned, you can actually record 4K video from the back as well as from the front camera of this phone, which is again something that we hadn't seen in the previous Edge phone. So I am glad that Moto has included that as well in this smartphone range. And overall, I would say the cameras are a solid B+. I think the photos are great, colors are awesome, videos are also okay, stability is okay as far as Android smartphones go, and I think this is a solid B+ camera, especially at this price point. Nothing, absolutely nothing to complain about. A couple of things that the Moto Edge 50 Pro does better than its competitors include an amazing stock Android experience. People that know and love stock Android will agree with me on this. Moto's Hello UI blends in the perfect Android experience with a couple of Moto exclusive features like family spaces, gestures, etc. that you guys are already familiar with, I am sure. Of course, this phone comes with Android 14 with 3 years of assured Android updates. So I'm happy that Moto is also listening and delivering on the updates on the phones that they launch in the Indian market. So software wise also, you are pretty set, I would say. This is a pretty good phone and it will cater to most of your needs. Another cool feature that once again, most competitive phones in this price point just do not have, which is an IP68 rating. I think this rating makes this phone a little more premium. Again, obviously protects it from dust and water. And I think that this is going to be a very, very good smartphone when you look at it like a flagship killer sort of a way. Well, a smartphone can't really be a flagship killer before we talk about its power and performance. So in terms of performance, this phone comes with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, a 4nm based processor. Very good for gaming, very good for multitasking, unless you need 8 Gen 3 levels of power and you're a professional esports smartphone gamer. This phone scores over 8 lakh on the Antutu benchmark, which is a very respectable score. You can spec it up to 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which will also give you enough memory to play any game that you want at reasonable to high settings and frame rates. I think performance on this phone, according to me, has been very, very good and very, very fluid, and I'm very happy with how balanced everything is on this phone, making it, as I said, once again a phone that I can very, very easily recommend. Let's talk about charging, shall we? Because this is once again where Motorola has outperformed its competitors this year. First off, if you get the 12GB variant, you get a 125 watt charger in the box, which I think is amazing. It charges the phone amazingly quickly. I think almost 20-30 minutes to get up to 90-80%, which is awesome. And along with that, this phone also supports Moto's proprietary turbo power 50 watt wireless charging. Of course, you need to buy that wireless charger to get those 50 watts of power, but it's still pretty cool. And you also get a segment's first 10 watt reverse wireless charging, so you can wirelessly reverse charge your earphones or your smartwatches off the back of this Motorola phone at a speed of up to 10 watts, which is again completely rounding it up to be a flagship killer, if not a flagship. If you get the 8GB variant, however, you get a 68 watt charger in the box, just something that you guys should know. By the way, the phone also comes with a color coordinated hard plastic case in the box, depending on the color that you get. And the box has a certain fragrance to it, which Motorola has added, I think, to match the names of the phone. Like this is the Luxe Lavender, so you get a lavender scent when you open the box. And I thought that was a gimmick, but it is pretty strong and pretty apparent. So again, not really a feature, but something that you should know if you're planning to buy this phone. As of right now, when I was making this video, the phone is out of stock on Flipkart, but I'm sure it will be restocked soon. This is something that happens with most budget Motorola phones because a lot of people end up buying them, and I don't think they have that many units when they first launch it. But either way, this is going to be a phone that you can buy for around 32,000 for the base variant and 35,000-36,000 for the top variant, excluding offers. I'm sure there are bank offers, coupons and discounts that will take this price down even lower. Let's assume that you get this phone under a 35k price point. If you're looking for a clean Android experience and a premium Android experience with amazing software, reasonable cameras, a telephoto lens, great display, fluid motions and very good gaming performance as well as multitasking, the Moto Edge 50 Pro is something that you should not only consider but something that I strongly suggest you guys buy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was it for today's video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, check out the links in the description below if you want to purchase this phone for yourself, and I will be back with a lot more videos soon. This is Anubhav signing out. You guys have a great day, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.